Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Q&A. If you're watching this live or you're catching the replay, I'm really glad that you're here. This is a live Q&A about Pretty Focused and our essentials plan, all the things that we have going on in December. So if you are curious about Pretty Focused, you've got follow-up questions to our workshop or our workshop replay. I just want to let you know you're gathering information, you're in the right place. So I'm really glad that you're here. So I'm going to be here for about 20 minutes answering questions about Pretty Focused and what the work actually looks like. Any other questions that you have, if you're on the fence trying to decide if this is the right next step for you, that's exactly what we're going to do today. So whatever questions you have, you guys, I'm here for you. So I don't want any question to go unanswered. There is no question that's like off the table. So put it in the comments, and I want to make sure that everyone gets their questions answered. So before we dive in and I start answering questions, I'm going to start with some of our frequently asked questions. I'll answer your questions. Tell me in the chat where you are joining us from. We have people in Pretty Focused all over the world, and I always love seeing where people are joining us from. We have a lot of students, of course, in the United States, but in Canada, Australia. We have a couple of students in Africa, in the Middle East, and all throughout Europe. And so I just think I just get really excited to see where people are from. So let me know in the comments. So I'm going to start with the question that a lot of people wonder about, and it's hey, Lauren is from Dallas. So glad that you're joining us, Lauren. I think the number one worry that people have is like, how do I find clients and how is that whole process work? And that is completely understandable, right? So that's exactly why we created the Buyers Club. We didn't always have the Buyers Club in the very beginning. It was like we taught you, this is like back 2017, we taught you what to do. We connected you with some buy and sell groups, and then we just kind of sent you out on your own. And so what we decided to do was create our own community, our own group where you would connect with food bloggers. And so that, like, our Buyers Club was born in 2017, 2018. And so that has grown by word of mouth. And so our students, whenever they graduate, they are introduced to clients inside of the Buyers Club. A lot of them are, they come in and they sell their portfolio, and that's how a lot of them are able to make money on day one. I think that's so cool that they're doing that. They're able to post in there for recreations, and they're able to start like making their connections on day one. And so we've spent the last 7, almost 8 years now growing that Buyers Club. It's something that we continually work on. So our students and our grads don't have to, they just have to show up in that group. So bloggers come there with the intent to buy. And I think that's really important to know whenever it comes to like being a business owner and finding customers. Like, it can take a lot of time to, like, if you were to go on social media, right, it would take a long time for you to filter through all of those people to find your ideal clients, right? So, but we've done all of that work for you, and we continue to do that work for you. And something else I want to put into perspective too is that our students and our grads are connecting with clients whenever they graduate. A lot are connecting within the first month of graduation. And one thing I want to put into perspective is, like, when you look at the investment, that's 10 recipes. To be like, that's 10 recipes. And on average, like, if you're charging $300 per recipe, all you have to do is do 10 recipes and you've paid off that investment. So that's something to put into perspective as well, especially when you look at, like, is this really worth my time and money? And so just knowing that, like, okay, that's all that I have to do to earn back that investment. And then I'm set. So another question that we have is, like, can I really do this if I don't have any experience? And yes, Pretty Focus was actually, we have a lot of photographers coming in. They've got a lot of experience, and that's great. But it was really intended in the very beginning for people who don't have any experience, for women who wanted to be able to make money working at home. And so we created everything with that in mind, and everything with then with what food bloggers need. And that's the thing with people coming in, because I get, do I have enough experience? Like, I've never picked up a camera before. But then on the other side, people hear that and they think, well, I already have experience, so is this too basic for me? And so, and we do teach we do teach a lot of basics to photography. You'll learn that, but we also deep dive, because I think that, being really able to fully understand your gear technically is important. And there's a lot of people who are self-taught, and I think that's fantastic. I have taught myself a lot, and there is something to be said about that. But a lot of people come in shooting with their heart and not shooting technical. And so we get into like a lot of the technical things, because whenever you can shoot technically, then you understand your gear better, and it makes you a better photographer. And so I teach you the inner workings of your camera. I teach you the inner workings of your lens, so you can really understand what's actually in your hand, so you can actually use it well. And so whether you don't have any photography experience, or you do have photography experience, I know that you are going to learn something here. So feel free again to ask any questions that you have. Is there anything, Alex and Jazz, that I can answer for you, and any other people that we have on that I can answer for you specifically about Pretty Focused? So this month, for the month of December, we have our essentials plan. This is the most flexible plan. It is the easiest way to start. You can start with just the course, and you can go through the course on your own, like you're starting to collect all of your supplies. And then whenever you feel established, you can add in coaching whenever you're ready. So it's a great chance, especially in December, to get the course. And then in 2026, you can add in the coaching whenever you are ready for that. And you can buy coaching all at once, or you can go month to month with coaching. And I had somebody ask, like they said, hey, I'm a food blogger. Is the essentials plan right for me? Like, I already have photography experience. I'm like, yeah, if you already have photography experience, that's great, because you might not need a full 12 months of coaching, because our regular plan comes with 12 months of coaching, and you might not need that. And so we have that month-to-month coaching that just kind of works for people who might have more experience and feel confident that they can get through the course faster. All right. Lauren, that's a really great question. It usually takes around 4 to 6 months for people to go through and graduate. Some it takes longer than that, usually because of life circumstances. And so we've seen longer than that. They get sick or they have a baby, but we have a 6-month plan that helps you stay on track and kind of gives you action steps that you can take every step of the way to, so you know exactly what you need to do that week, so you can graduate in 6 months or less. So. Okay. So our coaching goes through, so our course and our coaching goes hand in hand. And that is something that a lot of, I think that is why a lot of people are able to go from zero experience to working with clients in 5 months. Like, that's Brittany's story. And the story of so many others is because of how our coaching complements our course. Our coaching is not going to be like a general food photography course. It is not like a community that we've just attached on to our courses. So we actually have a full developed coaching program where we have specific coaches that we have hired, right? So they're not volunteer. It's not just like random people in the community commenting on your stuff. So we have an actual coaching program that our coaches are going to be walking you through. So you're going to go through the course content, and you've got homework for the first 4 modules. And then after that, you actually start practicing. So I want you to think of this like a trade school, where you have like the book work and then you have like the hands-on work. And so that is kind of how our program works. And so our coaches go through and they give you an area of focus and they give you an action step. And our coaches walk you through, are looking for specifics. So we kind of have this hierarchy of skills that we're looking for. We start with the basics, which is lighting, and then camera settings, and then editing. And our feedback, because we are talking not just about food photography, we are talking about like food photography for bloggers. This is recipe photography, right? This is for food blogs. So a big part of what we do isn't just photography, but it's about recipe execution. And so they will also coach to recipe execution, because if you think about it, for food bloggers, it's not just about it's a recipes are their bread and butter. That's how they're building their trust. It's how they're building their audience. It's how they're driving traffic, is because of they have really great recipes. So as a food photographer for bloggers, it's not just about the photography. It's about being able to make the food look really well. And that's something that you're not going to find in other like course communities. Like they might say, yeah, hey, that looks great. But the lens that we're looking through is, hey, is this going to be good on Google? Is this going to look great on Pinterest? Like, is this going to look good on Instagram and Facebook? Like the lens that we are looking through is just so much bigger than just like, was that a great photo of cheesecake? We're actually going to be looking at the cheesecake to make sure it was properly executed as well. So you have a very high level of support that you get inside of Pretty Focused. So again, our coaches give you a take action. They give you that area of focus, and that's how you kind of move through. And then we move you on into our portfolio group, and we have specific portfolio review coaches, and they go through and then really give you even more robust coaching. They might start off more robust, but the closer you get to graduating, like the less feedback they give you, because you're getting closer to graduating, right? So they're just kind of working on these little fine tweaks. And so, and it is this program, it is this process that allows our grads to be able to make $250, $350. Some are making $450 a recipe, because we're setting them up for success, because we have that end goal in mind. There are other buy and sell groups out there that you can participate in, but the prices are going to be much lower. But the prices inside of the Buyers Club are a little bit higher because of the training that our students go through. And that level of trust that has been created with food bloggers. You can find clients on Upwork. You can find clients in other groups. Upwork, last time I looked, the prices were around $70, and you can absolutely, go that route. You can join our Essentials program, and you can, learn what you need, and you can go out and find your own clients. That's absolutely something that you can do. Or you can go through, get the coaching, get the feedback, and join our Buyers Club, where you have that connection to clients, and you have that support that you need from a community. So that was like a very long-winded answer to your question of what are the benefits of coaching. All right, so we have just a few more minutes before we wrap up. Does anybody have any specific questions they want to see answered as you're going through and deciding if this is the right step for you? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. All right, so I'm going to put a link in the comments, because our Our Essentials plan is available, guys, only in December. This is not something that we offer all year long. This is only offered in this is something that is only offered in December. Okay. So we are closing enrollment on, let me see. Is that going to go through now? Did that link go through for you guys? We're going to be closing enrollment officially December 31st because of the holidays and the craziness. We were going to close on Sunday, but we are extending that through the end of the month to give people more time, because this is not a plan that we offer any other time during the year. So we wanted to give as much time for people to join as possible. So yeah, so the link is in the comments. You can click and you can go learn more. On the sales page, you're going to see two different options here. Let me just share my screen with you and kind of walk you through what to do. Okay, so we have option one. This is we call it all in. This is like our normal program that we offer all year long. It's the same course, the same program. And then we have option two for the month of December only. That's our Essentials plan. So this is 12, our all in is 12 months of coaching. You get the full course and you get a free masterclass. So this is our all in option. And then our option two is our Essentials plan. This gives you access to the course immediately and gives you the ability to add on coaching whenever you are ready. So again, it's like a lower cost to join than what our regular price is. Of course, you can go all in. It's actually our best value because you get 12 months of coaching for the price of 6. So this is really our best value, but we also know that a lot of people need that lower cost to join. So for the month of December, you have this option as well. And so down below it, I would recommend looking at this on desktop because there is a lot of information. Hopefully it's not too overwhelming. But when you go all in, you get the course, you get 12 months of access to the Buyers Club, and you get lifetime access to the Buyers Club. Now, I want to let you know that whenever you join the Essentials program and you do month-to-month coaching, you also get access to the Buyers Club whenever you graduate after you've gone through the coaching. So you still get access to the Buyers Club. Guys, we don't charge for the Buyers Club. People have said I was crazy for not charging for the Buyers Club. But this is something that is a benefit to you as a graduate of Pretty Focused. We do not take any commissions or anything like that. So then we also have on whenever you join coaching, and this is what you get whenever you go all in, is you get our Buyers Club blueprint. This helps you learn, or it helps you learn how to use the Buyers Club, right? How should you format your posts? Like this has changed over the years, and so we try to keep that updated with trends that we see that of posts that do really well. And we have client communication templates. We have an investment guide template, all within the Buyers Club. It's blueprint. That's like it's like a little mini course. And then our live orientation is with our head coach, and you are going to meet with her and a small group of people who are starting Pretty Focused at the same time. And she walks you through exactly what to expect. So right at the very beginning, you get like that face-to-face interaction with somebody from our team. And then you have the 6-month plan. We have a grad success call. So then on the other side, you have another face-to-face with one of our team members, and she's actually a business coach, and she's going to walk you through kind of what's ahead in the Buyers Club. And then again, whenever you go all in, you have a bonus masterclass, our Selling Exclusives class or our Artificial Light masterclass. You get to choose one of those whenever you enroll. So you don't have that option for our essentials plan, but we do have master classes on our website. So you can purchase that class at a later date if you want to. Any one of our master classes you can enroll in at any time. So that's kind of like the difference, the side by side between our all in and our essentials plan. So our 20 minutes is up. I hope that you guys learned a lot here. Is there anything else that I can answer for you before we head off to the rest of our day? I'm so glad that you guys were able to join me today. I'm so excited for those who are jumping in December. It's going to be an incredible 2026. And I just want you to think of like, where do you want to be in 2026? Like the end of the year, the beginning of the new year, we kind of start getting like this reflective of like, okay, what do I want this year to look like? And so for you, what do you want 2026 to look like? Do you want to be building something that you love? Do you want to be starting something new? Do you want to be creating something that's your own? I mean, that this is your opportunity to do that, especially with our essentials plan available in December. So if you guys have any questions that you want answered, feel free to reply to any one of my emails and I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, you guys, I hope that you have the best Christmas and the happiest of holidays. I'll talk to you later.